Hey everybody, Coach Jessica Viscome here again. I'm really excited about going over the part 2, supplementation. If you haven't watched the part 1 with the nutrition and food prepping, make sure you hop on over there and take a look at that because I went over some great tips on nutrition, meal prepping, how to do it on a budget. And this part, we're going to go over supplementation. So supplementation, you may be asking yourself, is it really necessary? And how many of you out there can agree there's so much information out there that you're not quite sure where to even start with supplementation? So one question I get a lot is, if I'm eating healthy, why do I need to supplement? Well, the truth of the matter is, one, our food is just not as nutritious as it used to be, 50 years ago. So back in the 1950s, for example, here, green beans had 43% more calcium in them than they do today. So what does that mean? We have to eat double the amount of food to get the same amount of nutrients in our food today. And it's a scary statistic. Back in the 50s, supplementation was a luxury. Today, it really is a necessity. And if you watched the part 1 with the nutrition and also the meal prepping part, we talked about what a diet was. And a diet, we tend to be habitual eaters. So, or if you have calorie restricted, we may not be getting the right or enough nutrients in our diet. So we really need to look at different options when it comes to supplementation. So questions to ask yourself before choosing to supplement. 1, am I thriving or am I just surviving? Are you truly living an optimal life where you get up and you have a ton of energy to get through your day? Do I eat 8 to 12 cups of fresh vegetables every day? How many of you, when I went over into the nutrition part 1, looked at me or looked at the screen and said, oh my gosh, 8 to 12 fresh vegetables every day? How in the world? Do I typically eat the same thing every day? Are you somebody that eats a similar thing? So for example, I eat a lot of vegetables throughout the day, but I tend to eat the same types of vegetables. So I really like romaine and spinach. Not a huge kale eater. So there might be something in kale I might be missing with my nutrients. Is all my food organic? Probably not. It's, let's face it, eating organic food can be very expensive and very difficult to do. Have I ever taken or currently taking any pharmaceuticals? A lot of our medications will leach our vitamins and nutrients from our system. Do I eat 5 to 6 meals a day, and am I getting protein with each meal? Am I consuming a minimum of 25 grams of fiber daily? If you're not sure, the answer is probably no. Do I have stress in my life? If you are somebody that has high stress, high anxiety, or a type A personality like myself, that also may be stripping some of those vitamins out of your system. Am I currently exercising? So for my active participants out there, we want to make sure that we're putting nutrients back into our body, especially after a workout. And do I want to live an optimal life? Do you just want to live, or do you want to live optimally? So those are things that I'm going to be talking to you about today. So I'm going to talk to you about my Sexy 7. So these are 7 nutrients that most of you have probably heard of, and I'm going to explain to you why they are so important. So I also want to start by explaining to you that not all vitamins are created equal. So if you see at the bottom here, most of us will, who are currently taking a multivitamin, for example, maybe you're doing a 1 a day or a Centrum, something like that, something you can get over the counter and is very easily accessible. But the thing is, if you're taking something that is in a cap form, it takes maybe about up to 4 hours for it to actually digest and break down. And you'll see here too, a pill has to have binders and fillers in it. So what happens is when you take anything in, okay, say in this example we're talking about multivitamin, but it could be your food, it could be your pharmaceuticals, okay? You have a valve in your stomach that will open, that will allow the stomach acids to secrete and to break down that substance. The next point of action is your small intestine. That's where 95% of our vitamins are absorbed. So if we're taking this multivitamin here, for example, with the binders and fillers, it's taking so long for your body to break it down, you're only getting about, with a perfect GI tract, about 30 to 40% absorption rate with it. So, and how many of you have taken a multivitamin or vitamins in the past and you get like that stomach upset or nauseous from it? Well, it may be because you're not breaking it down. So I'm going to talk to you guys about an isotonic form of a vitamin today. So isotonic means same pressure. So let's go back to what happens when you ingest food. So when you take something in, that valve in your stomach allows the stomach acids to break down. However, when it's in an isotonic form, that valve will stay closed because it enters your body already broken down. With the isotonics multivitamins, there's no binders or fillers, so when it enters your system, it's already broken down, and the first point of action is the small intestine. So now you're getting 95% bioavailability of those nutrients. I can't sit here and say you're going to absorb 95% because I'm not sure what your small intestine looks like, right? But I can say 95% of it will be bioavailable, and then your body's going to absorb what it needs to absorb. So vitamins are not created equal, so you really want to go and upscale your vitamins and get a better quality. And I always tell people the most expensive supplement you're going to purchase is one that's never going to work. So we want to make sure that if we're going to be spending money on something, that it's actually going to work and you're going to get the benefits from it. So I'm going to talk to you about daily essentials. So essential basically means that if your body cannot make it, you have to take it. So I'm going to go over the 4 daily essentials. One, starting with OPC3. OPC3 was one of the very first nutraceutical I ever took. So for me, this was a life changer. I've had multiple knee surgeries, and this has helped me tremendously to continue my active lifestyle. So it's a powerful antioxidant and also an anti-inflammatory. So for me, this really helps with my knee pain and also the inflammation in my knees. And I can tell immediately when I don't take it, my knees start to bother me. I get those creaks and cracks, and this one really, if anybody said I could only bring one thing on an island with me, this would be the one. That helps with joint flexibility, also reduces menstrual cramping, free radical scavenger. So think of your inside as almost like a rusty nail. And this will go in and oxidize that. So it's also great for anti-aging, promotes sinus discomfort. So how many people, I'm recording this mid-April, so in my area, the allergies here are out of this world. So how many of you suffer with allergies? This may help with some of that sinus comfort. Then the next one is a multivitamin. So like I said, if you literally looked at an isotonics multivitamin label, just the label, and then you flipped over a generic pill form, it may look very similar as far as what is in it, as far as nutrients, but if you look at the ingredients, that is going to be way different. A lot of your pill form multivitamins will have trans fats in them or hydrogenated oils because it has to keep its pill form. And it will also have binders and fillers. So this is going to guarantee that you get more bang for your buck with this multivitamin. But it will help, just a good multivitamin will help the conversion of food into energy. Also may help with your normal blood pressure, and this will also provide all the vitamins and minerals associated with a healthy body weight. So if you are somebody that is looking to lose weight or just become healthier, a lot of people will ask me, Jess, what's the best thing to take for weight loss? A lot of times I'll tell them a good multivitamin will be the ticket just to get started. So calcium. Calcium is a third essential that I'm going to talk to you about. Calcium is great with reducing risk of osteoporosis. So think of your body as, you know, anybody that has had kids, okay? So I'm going to be talking to you women, for example, right now. If you've ever been pregnant, your baby takes everything from your body, right? So we want to make sure that we're giving it the right nutrients. Our bodies really are no different. So if we're not giving it the nutrients that it needs, it's going to take from somewhere. So if we're not giving enough calcium, which is an essential nutrient, your body can't make it, so it's got to take it. It will pull from your bones. Your bones have calcium in them. So we want to make sure our job is to prevent that from happening, making sure that we're giving our body the nutrients that it needs and that it deserves. And also, calcium will also help support cardiovascular health, maintain a healthy immune, may ease discomfort for PMS, again, healthy body weight. And then the fourth one I'm going to talk to you about out of my Sexy 7 is an activated B complex. 3 things will deplete your system of vitamin Bs. 1 is stress, 2 is sugar, and 3 is alcohol. So I am sure none of you have ever gone out and maybe had a little bit too much to drink the night before and woke up tired and not so peppy. I'm sure none of you have ever experienced that, but I'm sure you have a friend that has. But I'm here to tell you that vitamin B, if you do make the choice to drink alcohol, make sure to take vitamin Bs. You'll wake up way peppier than your friends will the next morning. So that is a great one. Basically, it helps to replenish those vitamin Bs. Also, if you're an athlete, you're constantly exercise is another form of stress. So although it's good stress on the body, it is stress on the body. So we want to make sure that we're replenishing the vitamin Bs. Vitamin B is a water-soluble vitamin, is constantly being flushed out of our system. So we want to make sure that we're putting it back in. So this contains activated forms of B vitamins. So this is going to ensure the optimal utilization by the body. It will also help increase energy. It also promotes cardiovascular, promotes normal cognitive performance. So activated B complex is great for mood enhancement as well. So I'm also the 5th one I'm going to talk to you about are probiotics. So your gut is almost like your second brain, and a lot of our feel-good hormones are released out of the gut. So if you're somebody that may have some digestive issues or even mood, altered mood, depression, anything like that, probiotics will have been shown to actually elevate mood. So this is the Probiotics 10, and what it does is it utilizes what's called Life Back. It is a patent ingredient. What it does is these probiotics are healthy bugs, if you will. And so they don't need to be refrigerated because when you take it in, that will activate those probiotics. It also has BioTrack in there. So this helps to keep the probiotics viable and also improves the shelf life. Provides beneficial bacteria to promote healthy digestion. So with a good digestive system, we'll be able to absorb more nutrients as well. And it promotes a strong immune system, helps with promoting colon health, also helps with teeth, vaginal pH, healthy urinary tract. So probiotics are essential for a good, healthy foundation. So magnesium is another one that I'm going to talk to you about. So why do you need magnesium? How many of you have ever gotten a muscle cramp, right? So they used to say it was potassium and go eat a banana. You got muscle cramps, eat a banana. Well, actually it's magnesium. Magnesium has been shown to, it's a natural muscle relaxer, so it helps to improve your sleep. helps with the muscle health, better quality sleep, like I said, head discomfort. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that most U.S. adults were only receiving about 290 milligrams of magnesium daily, and it's really recommended for 400. So a lot of us are not taking in enough magnesium. And that study also showed that the intake is particularly low among women. So inadequate levels are linked to poor concentration, memory, and cognitive function. Muscle discomfort, sleep quality is also associated with higher levels of magnesium. So magnesium is, I always take this right before I go to bed. I'm an avid cyclist, so I get really tight muscles. So this is a great one that helps me sleep and also helps with my muscle recovery as well. Vitamin D. Whew. Nature's sunshine, right? Or nature's vitamin. So vitamin D, if you are living in the North Country, I'm from upstate New York, Syracuse, New York area. If you are living up with very little sunshine, vitamin D is essential. It will help promote normal bone mineral density, also helps with healthy arteries, bone health, bone mass by supporting normal osteoclast activity, also helps with the blood vessels, helps to maintain blood pressure. Women, especially with low bone density, have been found to be deficient in vitamin K. This has vitamin D with K. So vitamin D is actually a fat-soluble vitamin, so it will, and definitely essential for, like I said, those that lack sunshine most months of the year. So, and the last one that I'm going to talk to you about is, do I need protein? So if you answer yes to one or more, or protein shake rather. If you answer yes to one or more, you may want to consider supplementing with a protein powder. I often skip meals. This includes snacks. Again, if you listen to part 1, you know that we should be eating every 3 to 4 hours and protein at every single meal. So if you're not in the habit of doing that, then you may want to consider doing a protein powder. I do not consume protein at every meal, like I said. I exercise. Women especially only have a 30-minute window to get a high digestible protein into the muscles for optimal recovery. So protein powder is the easiest way to do that. Men actually can go up to 2 hours, believe it or not. So women, make sure you grab that protein right after your workout. Maybe you're vegetarian or vegan. So if you are, then we definitely need to bump up that protein consumption and think about supplementing with a protein powder. So I like, these are 2 different protein powders that I personally like. One being the TLS Whey Protein Shake. This is really good for post-workout. It's the cleanest product I've been able to find out on the market. It has 21 grams of protein and added branched chain amino acids for optimal recovery. Then you have the TLS Nutrition Shake, and that is great for a meal replacement. So it has 18 grams of protein, 10 grams of fiber, almost half the amount of fiber in one serving for your daily allowance. Very low sugar. It tastes great. I used to do kids boot camp a couple of years ago, and we would do protein shakes after. So I always joke saying it's kid tested, mother approved. So they really are delicious. And I tell people too, when we talk about protein shake, first and foremost, get your nutrition through your food. But when you're just getting into the habit of getting more protein in, this is where a supplement is great. Or you just don't have time to bring some extra snacks with you. So that's where it's really good to supplement with a protein. And these are a really great option and really cost affordable. So putting it all together, this is putting everything, the part 1 and the part 2 together. So food prep 101 key points. Identify what healthy food is. Does your plate consist mostly of vegetables, complex carbs, and lean proteins? Make sure that you find recipes, make a grocery list, and put it into action. Be honest with yourself when considering to supplement. Are you really eating 100% clean food? If your commitment to your food is low, your commitment to your supplementation has to be higher. There's no doubt about it. So aren't you worth spending a little bit more to feel really good and to be around for the long haul? I want you to go back to, why did you even sit and listen to part 1 presentation and now part 2? There was a reason why. Maybe you are just sick and tired of being sick and tired. If that's the case, then you definitely want to take action today to make a better life for yourself, not only for yourself, but for your loved ones. So thank you again for listening to this presentation, and I look forward to working with you in the future.